Okay, so this is lesson 2. We're going to deal mostly here today with how to enter information about people. So let's log on here with our user Bob. And so you've already seen this. This is our main window here. So let me make this a little bit bigger. And so we dealt with days before. Let me actually show you something else in days that we couldn't quite finish on the last lecture. So we were talking about daily goals, right? Obviously, as I'm completing those, I can check those off. And what the software then does is, after you've done this for quite a while, you can look at statistics, right? How many tasks I complete per day and stuff like that. The last thing before we want to go into tracking people, I want to show you is tags, and I had already some in here, so let me show you how to set those up. So there's pretty much two ways to tag a journal entry, and the one is you select a word here, and then you click on a little tag icon here, and you see this will show up here. And on the right side here, it shows you all the tags that have ever been used. These two I'd used before and then deleted, right? So that's why they're still here. For example, I could take another one here and say writing and tag this. So these two tags are for today, and here's the total number of tags. The other way I can do tags, I can enter freeform tags in this here, right? So say I put in demo and say tag, so it will be added here and here, right? And the cool thing about this is once you've done that for a while, you can tag days, you can tag people, you can tag notes. So there's a tag search function in here, and you see these are the tags that we have used so far, right? And you see video, for example, used before, but it deleted the tag for the day, so there's 0 count in here. But if I go to demo, which you just entered, then it will show me here that day, which is the day I'm entering editing here today. After you tagged other things, you'll also see people here, notes and things like that, so you can pretty much jump to these entries directly from this search window, which is quite neat after a while to find journal entries, find people and things like that. So now let's go to people. You see here I could use people and associate with them in the day. Obviously I don't have any people yet, so let's look at how that works. So this is the people section of the software, and you see this is all empty. You do see the tag window here is the same tag window that you just saw in days. And what I can do with that, once I have people, I can tag them as well. And you see there's tags that I did use on the previous window here. They show up here as well. And this will be activated once I actually enter and select a person. So let's enter our first person here. Let's say the famous John Doe. So on this box here, what you can do is you can pretty much say, if you do want to do this, you know where John Doe is from, say USA, and you see the little flag shows up here. And you can enter things like email addresses, phone, and so forth, and comments. This is John Doe, and John Doe is not female, obviously, so let's save this entry here, and you see John Doe here shows up. And you see also the tag window became available, right? So I can now tag John Doe, for example, with the word demo, right? So both my day and the user are not tagged with that. If I go back to the tag search window, right, and go to the word demo, you see there's the day and John Doe, right? If I click on this, it will actually show me the day. If I click on John Doe, should go back to John Doe where we are, right? So it's pretty cool. So as you're building tags, you can build quick connections here and really find content easily. And so one thing you can do with any person is you can say, how do I feel towards this person? It goes from 1 till 10, so it's always by default set to 5, the medium. If I really like John Doe, say 9, it goes towards the sun here. I'll save this, right? So this is pretty much just a little thing, so after a while you can see what is really a distribution of how much you like people, right? One thing we haven't looked at, what is the relation to John Doe? So there's a whole bunch of things in here, right, that you can assess here or assign. So let's say John Doe is a childhood friend, right? If it's a former childhood friend, you can take this box, right? And various other things. If you do know John Doe's birthday, you can enter that here. So let's say it's like April 1st. Oops. April 1st, 1983. Oops. 1980. Okay, obviously this is not the way you want to do that, right? So you have to go in the first position here. Oops. 1983. There we go. So that is covered here. So this is a date formatted 4 digits, so that's why I had a little bit of a challenge here entering that. So you have to clear and then enter it, and of course you can then go up and down here as you like. If you do know the address of a person, you can pretty much click on edit here. So what this is going to do is pretty much it asks me now to confirm, this is my firewall software, that the software is allowed to contact the internet, which will say yes it is, because what this is pretty much doing is it's using Google to find the address. So let's do one thing. This is like John Doe's home. We do this, let's say 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, DC. Let's see what that does. If you click here on satellite, and you see here, this is obviously the White House, right? So let's say John Doe lives at the White House, and you can see here, what is this, right? It's a home, right? And we can say save. And now you see you have one entry for John Doe's home. And there's a general module here for using locations that you can use just to track locations, right? For example, places that you have visited. But this is also a neat way to pretty much store people's addresses in a way that you can go here and then say edit, right? It will pretty much go there, and you have a quick view of where people are. This is not meant to be a full fledged address book manager or whatever, things like that, right? This is not intended to replace that. This is more to keep track of people and store a few basic characteristics about the people, like tags and other things, and then connect them to your journaling, right? Because one thing you can do now is, once I have people in here, actually before we do this, let's enter one more user, Jane Doe. And Jane Doe, let's say, is my aunt, and then we say she's female, and let's say she is from Germany, right? So here we save this. So you have 2 users now, and you see the female user has a slightly different icon, right? So I can track these things here. Now when I go back to day, right, I can assign people to my day, right? So add, remove, right? So you can pretty much see how you interact with people. The thing we're going to cover in the next lesson here, that is also accessed here through day and people, is actual moods and events, right? And if these people were assigned moods or events, those would show up here, and with that icon I can pretty much show a total view. And the same is true with day. Once I've started recording moods and events with this icon here, which is a little thermometer, I can actually track moods, and that is exactly what we're going to cover in the next lesson.